Lee Hogan here, VIP boxing down at Wearmouth Boxing in Sunderland with Mr. Travis Waters. How are you, mate?
Got it right that time, Leah. Nah, I'm
First
good,
time
mate.
in 10 years.
Nice to see you again, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, oh mate, it's been a long day for me. I was up at 6 o'clock this morning, driving down here to try and catch up with as many people as I can. Cause this is a good job. Even though we've only got 2 VIP fighters on the show, which is you and Bo.
Yeah.
But it's packed with quality
Top fighters.
ex-GB fighters, ex-Matchroom fighters, and top quality kids around here that could go on to a good level. So I think we're going to be spoiled.
Yeah, when you look at our past shows, what we've had up here, I think they've all been good, really, like, considering some of the local shows you'd see up here. But that being said, obviously, like you say, when you look at the bill, obviously there's a lot of a lot of real good fighters on there. I think this will probably be our best show.
Yeah. April Hunter. It's some quality on there, and like I say, this isn't again the fight that we've been wanting. But I've just found out that you are going to get the fight that you want, because on the same night that we box, you've got Bobby Dalton and Joel
Kadua, I think you say his name, yeah.
Both undefeated fighters, fighting for the vacant.
No, Bobby's got it. He's challenging Bobby,
yeah. He beat Ben Vaughan for it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, fighting for that title. And the winner, you're mandatory for it.
Yeah, so obviously, like we say, this was always meant to be an eliminator. But unfortunately, Tom Hill obviously pulled out for whatever reason, and then we got sanctioned to fight that lad. And then obviously, in the meantime, well, there's a bit of a deal being going on in the background, so obviously now it looks like we're going to allow them to fight and step aside, and like I say, I'll be contracted to fight the winner, whoever wins and comes out on top of that one.
I know you know Bobby Dalton well because he's local to this area. Don't know too much about this other kid from Essex, is he?
I couldn't honestly tell you. I think he's from down south. I'm sure does he not train Anthony Yard's coach?
I don't know. He's a Sunday area champion, isn't he? I think he's 9-0. Don't know too much about him because I only found out about it all this morning. I found out about your opponent this morning as well, by the way. But who would you prefer? I presume you've known about it a while. So whoever wins on the same night.
Yeah, look, Lee, like obviously these are both 2 undefeated fighters, so whichever you get's going to be a hard night's work, and it like that's the level that I'm starting to get there now. Obviously, I boxed Bobby in the amateurs 4 times. I beat him every time, but that being said, they were all close fights. Obviously, I've done a lot of rounds.
Would that been in regional finals you would have been beaten?
Well, I've boxed them since us were kids, really, like from maybe in the boys' clubs onwards. Like, never. I don't think I ever boxed them in the senior ABAs, but obviously, like I say, I've boxed them was mainly club shows and stuff like that. But like I say, every fight was a hard fight, and it was a war. I've done a lot of rounds where Bobby, in the pros, obviously helping each other for camps and stuff like that. I get on well with Bobby. I'd class Bobby as a friend as such. But like I say, mate, if that fight ends up coming off, then so be it. And I think it'll be a top fight for everyone in the northeast. And I think everyone in the northeast will be looking forward.
If Bobby does win that, and he does come ahead with you two, that'd be brilliant around here, wouldn't it?
And sell a lot of tickets, mate. That's for sure, because everyone
that one fight alone would sell out the arena. But I presume it'll be on a TV show with a bit of luck.
Fingers crossed, mate. Well, that's obviously what's happening. So Steve obviously said that this fight that them two are going to have is obviously on the Boxer show, the first BBC show, what they've got, which is down Derby, I believe.
Yes.
So then obviously I'd questioned that to Steve, and I said, look, Steve, obviously if we let that go ahead and that's the case, would we end up fighting on it, like get a telly slot for my fight? And he was like, I think that's which way it would play out. So fingers crossed.
Sense,
yeah, of course it does. Well, like you say, mate, if it's an English title, why would it not be on a broadcast? Do you know what I mean? And if it's me and Bobby, then obviously it'll, like I say, I know the type of fight that would be, so there'd be absolutely no reason why that wouldn't deserve a slot on the telly, like, so.
Well, when did you find out about your opponent that you're going to have on the 25th?
Well, I believe that there was a Mexican getting spoken about, but that's never obviously materialised. And then obviously Steve's only just been in touch with maybe 2 days ago or something like that for this lad, and I think he's English.
Ryan Frost.
Yeah, was he called Ryan Frost or something?
Yeah, Ryan Frost. I think he's
never really heard much about stuff like that lately, but
I think he turned over a long time ago. A couple of fights, couple of wins back in 2016. I think lockdown might have happened because he didn't fight till 2020 again. And then he sort of like a little break again, come back in about 2014. Looks like he's gone on the road, but last time out, I should have checked. I don't know who the opponent was, but
coming off a win, I think.
Yeah, he come off a win last time out, so which is it means he's coming with a little bit of ambition, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's a fight that you won, though, Lee. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I know I've had it'll be like 6 months since I last boxed, but realistically, I'd still rather a harder fight than an easier fight, considering that I'm going to be going into a 10-round hard fight regardless who wins the other fight. So,
have you been keeping busy, and why has it been 6 months? Because Bo got out not a few months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we were meant to have a show up here one late July, but obviously I had some bad news with my dad and I had to spend some time with him and stuff like that, so I took some time out of the gym and went away with my dad and stuff like that, and now obviously my dad's on the mend and that again, so obviously I got back in the gym, but I lost a little bit of time and I had a couple of months out of the gym for that reason. But like I say, I'm back in the gym and I've been training now for 10 weeks anyway, so been more than ready to get back in and get going again. But like I say, it's not ideal that we lost that, because obviously when I was aware as well, it's typical. Before Bobby Dalton boxed Benjamin Vaughan for the title, Steve rang us and he said, look, the English title fight's there for you, and fight Benjamin Vaughan. I went, Steve, I'm not in a position at the moment for the reasons obviously, and he was like, no, that's totally understandable. So he says it'll come hopefully towards the end of the year or maybe it's next year, and that's when Bobby got the call up for it. So fair play to Bobby, took that fight and he won. So take your hat off to him, and it'd be nice to have, like you say,
it'd be brilliant for the North East, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I've never really heard much or seen much of the other lads, so obviously, but he's 8-0, 9-0, whatever you've just said, so I would like to think that he's probably outward and
he's 9-0
and good as well. So
he got 2 stoppages, and his 2 stoppages have come in his last 2 fights.
You can't be an idiot then, can he? So fingers crossed. Now it's just a shame as well, because they're boxing the same night that we are, so I would have liked to have watched that, but I'll have to get it recorded or something, so obviously I can't look into it.
BBC, so you will be able to record it.
Yeah, I'll just watch it back, yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, Lee.
Preparations. Who have you been moving around with in preparation?
Do you know what it is? And yeah, I knew you were going to say that now. I was thinking there, like, to be honest, this camp we haven't had a great deal of outside sparring, like.
Just you and Bo?
Well, me and Bo, a lot of it, So obviously John Joe was fighting, and then he was kind of. He's training us now, so he's out the picture. I've spotted William Spalding a couple of times, who got the final of the ABAs last year, because John's training him now, so we've spotted him a few times. I spotted Chrissy Loudon, who's boxing out at Job's. He was meant to fight in his debut a few weeks ago in the North East on a Job's show. So I've spotted him, and then I spotted Kai Batista last night as well, so he's another amateur, but like,
all quality kids.
They are good kids, and everyone in the North East at the moment seems to not either be in the gym or they've got other sparring sorted or whatever. So we've struggled a bit, to be honest, Lee. But like you say, mate, that's out my control, and we've tried to get the sparring, we couldn't get the sparring, so we've just had to deal with what we could get and who we could spar. So it is what it is. It's not ideal, but look, I've just got to concentrate on what I do and the things that I do in the ring, not
I suppose this is even though like I say, I know nothing about the opponent except for his record, like you say, but it's one that you have to be switched on for, because obviously it's what's to come next afterwards, and so you want to go out here, you want to look good, don't you?
Well, of course you do, mate, because obviously, like I say, I can throw a spanner in the works, and you never know. I'm not really sure what the outcome of that would be, if anything, if God forbid, if it was to go wrong or whatever. But obviously, like we say, you would never ever. That's never the idea, anyways. You always want to go in there, and you obviously want to.
But I'm saying that's what must keep you switched on, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Knowing that there's a lot of big stuff to come afterwards, but you've got to get over this little.
Well, like you say, obviously it's a stepping stone again, and do you know what I mean? But I always want to progress, and I always want to look good anyway, regardless whether the opponent's a live one or maybe he's not as live as some of the others that I've had or whatnot. But like you say, I've just got to get in there and I've got to look good. And get the rust off. I think we're doing a 6-rounder, obviously. Get a move about. Spawn.
And what's it like having Jojo? Because didn't Jojo win
the youth amateur? The amateur world championships. Yeah. I don't think he got beat as an amateur. Like, he's a special kid. Like, I mean, obviously I'm getting a lot older now, and sparring someone as young and fresh in him, it makes you realise how old you actually are, like. And
how old is he?
He's only 18 or 19 or something. So he's got however many years in front of him, do you know what I mean? And Lee, I've sparred a lot of top pros, I've sparred a lot of top amateurs, and when you spar him, it makes you realise how good he is. I didn't realise people can be as good as what he is, and that's coming from my honest opinion, do you know what I mean? Obviously, I like to think I can hold me own against most. I've sparred some top pros and top amateurs, and he's probably the most complicated that you can, or probably the one where you feel the most out your depth when you're in there with him. He's really that good, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting journey for him?
Oh, absolutely. I really do believe that he'll go on and become a world champion, like, no doubt about that.
Right, well listen, I know there's not much left. This is the final hard week of training. It's rest and recover next week. But I'm looking forward to coming down there and, like I say, on a quality card, packed with some of the best in the northwest. I'm sorry, northeast. I'm so used to saying northwest. But and arguably becoming one of my favourite venues as well, at the arena.
It's a canny venue, mate. Hopefully it's sold well. I think I've done about 100 tickets, and I know, like, obviously the Berkeley lads, who you say, Callum French and Cyrus, I think them are really big ticket sellers as well. I think April, obviously, I think she's a big ticket seller, and I think she's just coming back as well, aren't she? So Bo always sells tickets. I really hope it's sold well, because, like you say, it's a good venue, and when it's full, it's even better, isn't it? So
it is.
It's a good venue.
And what's good about it is the crowd normally stays. Whoever comes there, they normally stay, because you don't have to go anywhere else. There's good bars there.
Yeah,
you know? And there's nothing better than watching mates fight. And I presume, I know the northeast is fairly big, but I presume all their fans are your fans and vice versa.
Well, like you say, a lot of people on there has all been doing it a long time, and they're all familiar faces. So, like you say, all the people that's coming along to support and watch will probably be obviously they'll have seen us all fight in other venues and other places before. So, like you say, I think they would imagine that everyone would want to steer and see the card out.
Right. So. Well, listen, we'll see you on the 25th. Hopefully, we'll be chatting to you, talking about win number 12.
Fingers crossed, mate, eh?
And your new
onwards
opponent,
and upwards.
We might know by then as well who your new opponent will be.
Onwards and upwards, mate.
See you later,
Cheers,
mate.
Lee.
Bye.
Thanks.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.